Hello, welcome to our online sessions for Salam Private School students, Secondary 1. We are going to do a revision on Units 7, 8, and 9. That is on the workbook, page 104. We'll start our questions with choose the correct words to complete the sentences. First one is already answered. Omar has a new app on his smartphone to understand foreign languages. As we know that the word app is an abbreviation to the word application. Number 2, the students answered all the questions in the what? In the, let's take the pencil. Yes, in the space, and then check their scores. Yes, quiz is the correct answer here. Let's go to number 3. My dad uses space if he doesn't know which road to take. Of course, you use the GPS if you don't know which road to take. GPS stands for Global Positioning System. Number 4, in the future, we will have the space to travel to space on our holidays. The options here are technology, invention, internet, robot. The correct answer to this question is technology. So the sentence will be like this. In the future, we will have the technology to travel to space on our holidays. Number 5, Kamal spaced his homework when he went to the cinema. Here we have 2 past actions, and we have 1 second action here, went. So obviously we need an earlier action or a first action. This takes us to the past perfect tense, formed had plus past participle. So the correct answer here will be had finished. The sentence will be Kamal had finished his homework when he went to the cinema. So had finished happened first, and then he went to the cinema. This happened second. Number 6, you space make a loud noise in the library, or you will get into trouble. Here we need something for prohibition, and this should be mustn't. The correct answer here will be mustn't. You mustn't make a loud noise in the library, or you will get into trouble. Number 7, if Magda space a language course, she would be able to speak to foreigners. Here we have if conditionals. We need to look at the other part of the conditional, which is would plus infinitive. Obviously we have the second conditional here, which is if plus past symbol, other side would plus infinitive. So consequently we need did for a past symbol in this part. The answer would be if Magda did a language course, she would be able to speak to foreigners. Number 8, what would you do if your friend space an accident? Again we go to if conditionals. Here we have again the second conditional with would plus infinitive. On the side of if, we need past symbol again. So the correct answer will be had. The correct answer will be, what would you do if your friend had an accident? We go to number 9. When the alarm rings, we space the building. We have an if conditional with when. We know that when can replace the if conditional, can replace if in the conditionals 0 and first. Here, either we have 0 or we have first conditionals with present symbol in the side of if or in the side of when, and either will or present symbol in the other side. We don't have will in the sentence, in the options, so obviously we're going to use the present symbol for this sentence. The sentence will be like this. When the alarm rings, we leave the building, which is conditional 0. Number 10. I have a bad cold, so it's difficult for me to space. When you have a bad cold, it's difficult for you to breathe. Of course, it affects the respiratory system and makes it difficult for you to breathe. Number 11. We should always put our plastic rubbish in a separate. Yes, correct answer will be bin, in a separate bin, which is a basket for rubbish. Number 12. A new school space in our village last year. Here we have the passive. Passive voice can be recognized when we have the subject here cannot do the verb in any of these options. So a school cannot build something. So it could be built. So here we discover that we have passive. As we have the word last year here, this makes us go to past passive. With new school makes it was built. So a new school was built in our village last year. Number 13. Fortunately, the police could space the mystery and catch the criminal. Of course, this we studied before, the word solve a mystery. Solve something is to find a solution to something. Number 14. It's very easy to space around in that city because the public transport is cheap and efficient. Here we have a collocation with the word get around. Get around is the correct answer here. So the sentence will be like this. It's very easy to get around in that city because the public transport is cheap and efficient. Let's go to number 15. There was an emergency. So the school was, yes, we studied this word before, evacuated. Evacuated is to make something empty, especially in the time of trouble. So the answer would be, there was an emergency, so the school was evacuated. Number 16. The boys could help the injured man because they had learned about first aid. This is the correct answer. So, when you learn about first aid, you can help injured people. Thank you very much. We will meet in another session. Bye.